Hello everyone, welcome to AV Atmos. On this channel you get a lot about the movie industry and audio and video equipment in the cinema industry as well. Subscribe if you like such content and hit the bell so you'll be notified. Now, there is a problem in the MCU that it just blew the internet this night, and that is the fact that Sony did not renew their deal with Disney's Marvel division, and Spider-Man will not be appearing in any more of their future films. Even though at Comic-Con, Kevin Feige announced more Spider-Mans and all that, this is no longer the case because there has been a serious rift between Sony and Disney, and I'm going to break it down to you guys and the repercussions of this issue and what it entails for Sony and as well Disney. Now, a few years ago, around 4 or 5 years ago, Sony signed a deal with Disney to allow them not actually produce Spider-Man with their finances. They finance the production of Spider-Man, but Disney brings the entire, like, everything around the movie, like scripts, the director, the filming, the production, which by the way was done by Kevin Feige for all the 2 Spider-Man films. And the deal they signed, if I'm not mistaken, was the fact that they get access to sell their merchandises, and they get 5% of every total box office return of any of the Spider-Man flicks. Now, that was a decent deal, and fast forward to now, Sony was ready to continue the deal because from what I gathered from the source that I read it, which is by the way is deadline.com. If you guys don't know, deadline.com is the biggest Hollywood news platform on the internet, so you guys can go to deadline.com and read the full article. But from what Deadline is saying is that Disney tried renegotiating their deal with them, and renegotiating it is in the sense that they want to start co-financing these movies and start earning at least 50% of whatever Spider-Man brings in, and as well as more of their other Marvel characters, because Sony has about 900 characters under their belt. Even though Spider-Man and Venom are their 2 popular ones in their division, they still have rights to around 900 comics. Now, the thing there now is that the problem now Sony is creating for themselves is the fact that Disney has already grown the Spider-Man brand to $1 billion with their newest entry. And not only that, their recent Spider-Man is the highest grossing film in their franchise, and you just can't come and yank out Spider-Man from the MCU just like that. You were gonna ruin Spider-Man's reputation even if you go do a solo movie. I don't care what number the next one will be number 3. You can't just continue a third Spider-Man flick with Tom Holland that has been in around 4 flicks, if I'm not mistaken. He has been in 5 MCU movies, because 2 of his Spider-Man films, Captain America Civil War, the 2 Avengers Thanos sagas, and you can't just yank this guy out and you throw him into another flick and you expect that movie to spend money. It's not going to work, except you want to reboot the entire Spider-Man franchise. And the mistake Sony would make is to go pair this version of Spider-Man with Venom that they have currently. I'm a fan of Venom. I love the Venom they produce. I want Venom to move to MCU because I see a bigger potential with Venom than even the Spider-Man that they are pushing right now, because Venom actually made close to $1 billion on its own without even the whole backing of the MCU branding. It was a very big success. That's why I'm so more interested in Venom. But if their direction is to move Spider-Man flick to cross it over to Venom just because they have the rights, to Spider-Man, they're going to ruin this franchise. In fact, I've seen the ruin already beforehand. I do not care what the movie makes. I understand Spider-Man currently could make Sony, maybe the next movie can make them 800 million. I doubt that after the next installment that this movie would pick up steam, because a lot of people are pissed on Twitter. When this thing broke a few hours ago on Twitter, a lot of people were pissed. I myself included was very pissed. In fact, I was rooting for Disney to get Venom, and Sony goes to pull this nonsense right now to take this out. Yeah, I get it. They don't want Disney having monopoly over all the comics on the entire planet, especially especially the entire Marvel fan base, because currently they have access, they have the full rights to X-Men. They've gotten it from Fox via the purchase of Fox. They have Deadpool, which is in the X-Men as well. They wanted to really secure this Spider-Man and kind of like make it their own so that they could guide it to the future. I get where they are going to, and Sony will be stupid. I know. Yeah, they've decided that they don't want to have it in the MCU any longer. But honestly, to me, they shouldn't just make any sequel again, because Tom Holland's character just died after this part 2 of the Spider-Man flick. Because if they go ahead and do a third version with Tom Holland will leave his deal. I've seen it with so many actors. They will work out of their deal, or maybe ask to be dropped. It happens in every business. Because I can 100% say this: Tom Holland right now does not want to leave the MCU. That guy, this little guy, does not want to leave the MCU. And if you take this guy out, you want to make him a standalone character, he's going to fail, because he does not have the backing of the MCU. He's going to fail. You want to pair him with Venom, Morbius, Sinister Six, and all these other characters in the Spider-Verse. It is not going to work. The only reason why Spider-Man is $1 billion franchise right now is because it was paired with other larger-than-life characters in the MCU. And Sony is ruining everything. I'm sorry, Sony. I'm not really backing you guys on this one. You guys really messed up. You should have worked something out with Disney. Maybe you guys should have reached a 60-40 deal. Maybe they get 40% co-financing and keep 40%. It made a lot of sense. You guys will still keep the legacy of this movie. But you want to kill the franchise. You claim it's your biggest franchise. I doubt the next movie is going to make $1 billion. I doubt if it will even get to 800 million. And trust me, I know Sony. Sony is a chicken. When they lose money, not losing money in the sense that they're not going to make profit, but when they do not get to $800 million, trust me, they are going to drop the sequel. They will drop the next sequel. They did it with The Amazing Spider-Man. They did it with The Amazing Spider-Man. I saw it with Andrew Garfield's franchise. They are still going to do it with this. If they do the next Tom Holland's movie a standalone without any continuity from Stark's the whole MCU storyline, I really see a bleak future for this franchise. Honestly, I count me, because personally, why would I want to go waste my money in a theater when I know it's not even following what I have spent my money for the past 11 years, following an entire 23 movies that is in one ecosystem, all for you to come and confuse. You are going to confuse the fans. Sony, you're going to confuse the fans. Honestly, you're going to confuse the fans. Not me. I know you guys want to do a standalone, but a lot of people that do not know this deal, you just did to cancel out Spider-Man from the MCU. It's going to backfire on you guys, because a lot of people will lose your trust. A lot of people will not want to watch your next installment. Whatever the case is, I brought the news to you guys. Subscribe to our channel if you like this content, and I'll see you guys on the next one.